trend in it. And Paul Lazenby, who has been on the show before, he's the person that really drew my attention to the absurdity and even at times corruption in the cancer charity world, because again, his wife passed away from breast cancer, and so when he started dealing with doctors and available treatments and the bureaucracy of the cancer world, he's gotten quite, I don't know if bitter is the appropriate word, but quite outspoken against so much that is done with cancer charities and so forth and drug companies. And recently someone had asked me, again, I think that I mentioned that I had said something negative about a cancer charity or something before and wanted me to reiterate. I'm like, well, you're better off to ask Paul because he's the one. And Paul shared a video that I ended up watching. And while it only covers one of the many aspects and problems behind cancer charities, I thought it was the clearest and most obvious if you wanted to open people's eyes where they really couldn't argue with you too much. I thought this was just a phenomenal point. And it's the point that all of the money donated that goes to cancer research, the research is being done by the pharmaceutical companies who, if they find any treatments or, again, a cure, which, again, they're not going to find a cure because treatment is forever, cures runs them out of business, they then patent and sell back to you at a full price. And because drug companies make a lot of money off these, they're constantly researching and finding new drugs. So when you donate money, and again, most of the charities only give a small portion, that money just basically pays for that research so that the drug companies don't have to finance it themselves. You pay for their research and development so that they can patent their products and sell them to people. So when you donate, be it $100, $1 million, whatever, to cancer charities, you're really just increasing the profit margin of companies that are making billions and billions of dollars. And I'm curious how many people that did the Occupy Wall Street, down with big business and corporations, that are also then turning around and donating money to these multi-million-dollar corporations, thinking they're doing good, fighting the fight against breast cancer. And it's really sad when, and the video was by a cancer survivor, and he even mentioned that, a lot of these cancer charities are actually set up by the pharmaceutical companies to finance their research. And I use the analogy of it would be like donating money to Apple to cover their research and development costs so that the next iDevice that you buy, they can make a higher return on because you're paying for the research and development of their product. So I wrote the article about that, and just you may want to think before you give money, before you find out who's actually getting your money. And that doesn't even cover the high wages that many of the executives in these cancer charities make. And again, the soapbox that Paul Lazenby gets on a lot is that there's been a lot of potential cures, potential treatments, things that showed promise that cancer charities actually shut down and stop because they're not patentable. And if they can come out with a free drug that's going to help you or a free treatment that might actually cure your cancer, it will replace their $1,000 a month cancer drugs that they're currently selling to people. And many cancer charities and cancer organizations and pharmaceutical companies actually try to block treatments because they're promising and non-profitable. And there was a news article not that long ago. It was from a few years ago, but it was on the CTV News, like real legit major news here, that a university in Edmonton has found a cure for cancer. And it appears to actually reverse and help cure cancer. But the problem is to test it and clear it and get it onto market. It's several $1 million to go through this process, but it's not a patentable treatment. So there's no way of regaining the investment. So no companies or there's no groups that are willing to finance the $5 or $10 or $20 million, whatever it is, to get this treatment approved and put through because there's not enough return on it. And when you think about the hundreds of millions of dollars that are donated to cancer charities all year, it's like, we're not looking for a return, we're looking for results. But you're giving it to a company that then thinks it's their money and they want a return on it. And the sad thing is most people involved mean well and are trying to do well. It's just, it's breast cancer, I'm going to help out, I'm going to run for the cure. And it's like, not only are you not helping, in a lot of ways you're actually making it worse. And it's sad.
So your commentary is up at stormwrestling.com if you want to read it, as well as Lance's solution to this problem. We're actually going to take some calls here. Lance, you are on the air with Lance. Who is this and where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Patrick from New York.
What's up, Patrick?
Hey, not bad. Hey, honored to talk to both of you guys. So a quick question for Lance. As far as aesthetics, do you believe with so many guys getting tattoos now that kind of hurts their ability to work later on, maybe in a different gimmick, or do you find it limiting in any way, in your opinion?